It's a wow. Good morning, every single person out there. It's a beautiful Monday morning. Good morning. It's such a joy to come your way at this time. Thank you so much for joining me this beautiful Monday morning. Indeed, a happy day. It's bright and sunny where I am. How is your end? For everyone joining me at this time, thank you so much for joining me. And for those that will watch thereafter, I'm thanking you as well because you make it happen. If I do this and nobody watches, of course, your guess is as good as mine. I won't be here longer. So, for every single person joining me, thank you so much. Good morning. It's a beautiful Monday morning. I truly appreciate you. So, I'm continuing in the series Succeeding Today. And on a lighter note, I was just thinking about this succeeding today, and I'm like, it's almost taking over the brand Knox to Nugget. So this is Knox to Nugget, and it's all about succeeding today, actually. So, what are we talking about? This is the fourth edition of Succeeding Today. Part one, we talked about perseverance. Part two, we talked about consistency. Last week, I challenged us to watch our thoughts. And I know that a lot of us have listened. I don't know how many of us have practiced the things we have heard and learned. But today I want to bust your bubble and tell you that knowledge is not power. Aha. Knowledge is not power. Growing up, I recall my school motto as a primary school was knowledge is power. And we grew up talking about knowledge is power, knowledge is power. But as I grew older, I discovered that knowledge is not power. Knowledge is not power. So, what is knowledge? Knowledge is simply facts, skills that you acquired through experience or education. That is what knowledge is. It's the awareness or familiarity gained by experience of a fact or a situation. That is knowledge. But what is power? Power is the ability to do and act. Power is the capability of doing something or accomplishing something. So again, I say knowledge is not power. Saying knowledge is power is like saying flour, eggs, sugar, yeast flavoring is bread. Yes, flour, sugar, yeast flavoring are all components of bread, but they are not bread until you work on it, until you add them in the right proportion, mix them thoroughly, knead them together, and bake them. Now, if you don't do those things, yes, you have the flour, yes, you have the eggs, you have the sugar, you have the yeast, you have flavoring, yes, you have an oven, and everything is together, but it is still not bread. So I'm sure you understand what I'm saying, and I'm sure you know where I'm going. I'm saying to you that knowledge is not power until you act on your knowledge. Knowledge is potential power. It has a capacity to be power, but it is not until you act on it. When you act on what you know, then it is power. You cannot accomplish what you desire to do until you act, and that is critical. Knowledge is power, is not power until you act on it. Everyone knows that exercise is good. Everybody will preach you happy about exercise, but how many people truly exercise? The fact that I know that exercise is good does not make me enjoy the benefit of daily exercise. No, it does not. So, knowledge has its potential power, but until you apply it, it does not become power. So, what is the bridge between knowledge and power? It's one word: discipline. Everybody knows saving is good. Everybody knows that you should save. But how many people actually save? Yes, you know you should save. But knowing that you should save does not become savings in your account until you set aside money for it. So, knowledge is potential power, but the bridge between knowledge and power is discipline. So, what is discipline? Discipline is the practice of training people to obey rules or a code of behavior. So it's that the practice of training people. But this time around, if knowledge must become power, it is not just discipline, it is self discipline. Now, everybody can tell anybody what to do, but how many people actually doing what they are telling people to do? That is the bottom line. So this time you are practicing and you are training yourself to obey. That is self-discipline. When you can do that, then knowledge becomes power because you are able to act on it because of discipline. Discipline, it brings stability. Discipline, it brings structure into your life. Discipline teaches you to be responsible, to be respectful, to know what you ought to do and to do it. Discipline. Now, if you're a Christian, you will attest to this. Even if you are not a breakfast person, ordinarily you will not take breakfast. You will not even remember a cup of tea. You wake up in the morning and it's work, it's this, it's that, and you are in a hurry, you are ready to go. The day you decide to fast, hello, that is the day that you wake up at 5 a.m. and hunger just hits at you. Suddenly you are so hungry, you are looking for what to eat. But I'm not a breakfast person. What happens? Because you declared a fast. Now, it takes you to be disciplined to tell yourself, I would not eat because I have declared a fast. And guess what? That is the time all the aroma of food will just be hitting you left, right, and center. Even the things that you naturally will not eat begin to look like a delicacy. You know why? You have declared a fast. So you need to discipline yourself to observe it. The same is true when you decide to pray. You know that you wake up in the morning, you have your morning routine. So you get up in the morning and you pray. You take some time out to read the word of God, to meditate, to study, to read. And then you get up in the morning and your head just aches. And it's easier for you to pick your phone and chat than to pray. Absolutely. Thank you, Uncle Max. Application of knowledge empowers its potency through a disciplined lifestyle. I love that. Application of knowledge empowers its potency through a disciplined lifestyle. One of these days, Uncle Max, I'm bringing you up live. I'm going to have a conversation together on discipline. So get ready for me. Maybe next week, Monday, you might be on my guest on this show. I'm announcing it publicly so you cannot say no. And let's talk about discipline. It's that part of thing that differentiates the 90% from the 10%. The truth is this: there is enough wealth for every single person alive today to be a millionaire. But we are not achieving it. You know why? Only 10% are ready to go through the discipline, go through delayed gratification to become wealthy. Only 10%. 90% are just there. They are comfortable in the comfort zone of life, and nothing good comes out of your comfort zone. Nothing good comes out of your comfort zone. So when you decide to be self-disciplined, three things happen to you immediately. Number one, you are able to achieve your goals. Number two, you feel good with yourself. Number three, you become a better person. Just check it out. So you have decided that every morning when I get up, I'm going to exercise for 30 minutes. Any day you do it, you feel good within yourself. Self-discipline helps you control your own behavior, your own thoughts, your own emotions, and then you become a better person. Remember last week, talk about watching your thoughts. The way to watch your thoughts is by self-discipline. It's been said that the graveyard is the richest place on earth. Why? Because therein lies many potentials that were never released. There are many songs that were never sung. There are many poems that were never written. There are many sermons that were never preached. in the graveyard. There are many inventions that were never discovered in the graveyard. You know why? Those endowed never were able to dig deep within themselves and bring it out. The truth is nothing good is on the surface. Let's take, for instance, gold. You never find gold or any other precious metal on the surface. On the surface, you find sand. On the surface, you find mud, but you never find gold on the surface. You never find ruby on the surface. You never find diamond on the surface until you are ready to dig down in the earth and persevere. So you see how succeeding today is actually coming together today. Until you are ready to dig down and persevere. Persevere through the times when it seems as if nothing is happening. And you can stay consistent. And then you watch your thoughts and refuse to be discouraged. You cannot achieve, you cannot attain the best that God has ordained you to be. So don't let your graveyard be richer than your legacy. That's the challenge. Don't let your graveyard be richer than your legacy. Decide that you will be all that God has ordained you to be, because you will discipline yourself, because you will watch your thoughts, because you will be consistent, because you will persevere. Decide to die empty by activating every potential in you by acting on what you know. Knowledge, again, is not power. Knowledge is only potential power. What you do with knowledge determines what it becomes. So you imagine yourself, you are a prince. Your father has everything, but you don't know it. You will die a pauper. Ordinary 1,000 naira or $1,000 can see your end. Why? You did not know what is made available to you. So, to activate and be your best, number one, discipline yourself. Discipline yourself to follow your daily routine. What is your daily routine? We have talked about so many things on this platform. How many of them are you putting to place, putting to work in your life? We talked about starting your day in the evening. Did you plan your day yesterday night before you went to bed? Did you plan your week as Saturday was rounding off? Did you tell yourself, so from Sunday to Saturday, what am I going to be doing? Did you do that? Discipline is denying yourself the pleasure that is momentary, so that your enduring results may speak for themselves. And when they speak for themselves, without you announcing it, men will look for you. That's what the Bible says. Many will seek the lips of him that has the answer. How do you get the answer? By applying knowledge. How do you apply knowledge? By self-discipline. So that's it for today. I will to God, somebody listening to me will catch it, will latch onto it, and will run with it, will decide to live a disciplined life and ensure that he applies every knowledge that comes his way. And that's necessary. There's so much you can become. The world out there is waiting for you. The world out there is looking for the gifting in you. For how long will they wait? I challenge you as you go into this week. Discipline yourself to follow your daily routine. Discipline yourself to work what you know works. Don't concentrate on training somebody else. Start by training yourself. Actions, they say, speak louder than words. So as you go into this beautiful week, don't ever forget this. Knowledge is not power. Only applied knowledge is power. And until I come your way next week, Monday, 7:45, most likely with a guest on this show, don't forget it. Together, we win. Have a wonderful day. Have a glorious week. God bless you. I love you.